Sup, y'all? Welcome, Stuck in the Catch Fence. My name is Ryan Peters. I'm joined with Joe Spillman. Joe, how are you doing this wonderful Monday evening?
I'm doing excellent, Ryan. I hear you have some things you want to share with us because people on Facebook apparently don't know how to take a joke.
Okay, so let's first off, welcome in. We appreciate you joining us. Glad you're here. This is an impromptu, had nothing to do today, was just having a little fun, trying to get over what I thought was a potential Kyle Busch win. And it ended up being a Kyle Busch wreck. Shocking. At Daytona.
Shocker.
So, yeah, this just in. Everything that's ever happened at Daytona with Kyle Busch happened again. So, Joe, you contacted me and said, hey, are you busy? And at that time, I sent you what I was doing, and that was filling out a GoFundMe. Okay. And this started out as me being bored, completely bored. There was a few minutes left for me to get stuff done that I already had done at my occupation, my real occupation. And I said, you know, I'm going to just do something. It took me a Google search to find an image, which I did find a good image. And it was for me to just have a little bit of fun. So I sent you this, which I will share with our fellow fans. So here it is. This is the GoFundMe that I made. Get Daniel Suarez out of NASCAR.
Okay. And I see you're only asking for a minuscule $10 million.
Just $10 million. You know, I didn't want to set it too high. You know what I mean? So just a clear understanding that everybody knows that I'm trying to be serious. So I just said, you know what? I'm going to do this. Ryan Cecil Peters is organizing this fundraiser. If you didn't know what my middle name is. And here's what it says if you can't read. I'm Ryan. See, I already know it's legit because my name's Ryan Cecil Peters. A rowdy fan who saw another Daytona 500 ripped from the hands of Kyle Busch. Please help me raise funds to start my own NASCAR team to compete and wreck Daniel Suarez, and not just Daniel Suarez, but the future Rick Ware Racing members who try to come between Kyle and victory lane. Thank you. I was like, you know what? That's short. It's sweet. Unfortunately, not a lot of support, as you guys can tell up here in the goal. You know, nobody's done. I had one person reach out to me.
Not one person has donated.
No, here's the thing, Joe. I had one person reach out to me who wanted to donate and realized that it was a minimum of $5. He was going to donate $2 and said, I gave up after that. And I get it. We're all living in inflation and hard times. So, you know, the minimum of $5, I completely understood that.
So here's my question, though, Ryan.
Go ahead.
First big question I have for you. If successful, how do you plan on starting a NASCAR race team with $10 million?
Well, here's the thing. I know a NASCAR is worth $600,000.
Yeah.
That's what I know. So I should be able to build multiple NASCARs.
Right.
That's where I start. My dad has a garage. I'm just going to have to rent it. Okay. So then that's my shop. My dad does some machine stuff. I think I can at least get him on board, if anything, as primary renter to Ryan Peters Motorsports.
Do you don't think that your dad would let you rent the garage for free? He's going to make you pay rent.
If I got $10 million, no. I think that he's going to definitely make me pay for rent, and that's fine. You know, because I also need to show GoFundMe that I am spending this $10 million.
Yeah, you can't just take that $10 million and go buy a house with it. I guess you could buy a house with it.
I could.
You could. It could be your corporate headquarters.
Yes.
And really, I mean, that is my first basic question. My next question is, what is your new race team going to be called?
And see, you're asking a lot of questions for me to not have a single donation yet, Joe. And this was really not thought very thoroughly. I'm sure that's probably a shock that this wasn't completely thought out thoroughly. So, you know, I don't know. I'm not really sure. I have a bunch of things that I would like to say, considering my last name. You know, Peter sends it 3 wide. I don't know. Uh, Peter stuck in the draft. Motorsports. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things you could do. Uh, you know, based upon my
Yeah,
name, but we
really.
never got there.
So you talked to me too, and I guess you solicited the wide world of Facebook and NASCAR's many pages on Facebook for some help with this GoFundMe page and your aspirations to be a NASCAR team owner for $10 million.
Here's the help that I was seeking, Joe. It was help getting over the fact that Kyle Busch didn't win. So, like all things, if you cannot tell, I like to do things in tongue in cheek.
Right.
I'm very sarcastic, and I love comedy. Okay. Today on the board, it's hard to see because the light. We got Ricky Waffle House because Ricky Waffle House, drunk, brought his Daytona 500 championship in the Waffle House at 3 a.m. So I'm all about Ricky Waffle House now, and that's my name, Ricky Waffle House. I'm all for these things. And if things weren't more clear, okay, and I'm going to say a bad word because I'm reading a shirt. My profile picture on Facebook is a picture of me with a random fan wearing a Chase Elliott shirt that says "fuck Kyle Busch." Okay, that I asked to take a picture with this fan because I was like, "Hey, I like your shirt." So we got a picture together at Talladega, of all places. So I am in a Facebook group. There's plenty of them. They're all out there. This was specifically, and I won't say the name of it, for Kyle Busch fans.
Yeah.
Specifically for Kyle Busch fans. I'm like, all right, if anybody is going to help me turn this into some comic relief, it will be my fellow Rowdy Nation who can all get behind that the number 99 car fisted us the entire speed weeks and will have at least a momentary moment of joy, of laughter.
Right.
Holy shit, was I wrong? Not only do they not laugh, they are some, at times, very angry and serious people that live on Facebook. I know that's probably a shock to some people, but it was a very, very interested crew that did not find this lightly.
Yeah. Well, I had some fun with it because this video is labeled "Following the Daytona 500, Daniel Suarez exits NASCAR." And, after sharing some of the comments, and I think maybe you screenshotted some of them because it's been taken down. But, you sent me some of these screenshots of these message conversations that were going on in some of these Facebook fan pages and the absolute disgust that people had with you in some of these is, I find just freaking hilarious. Apparently our entire society, and at the very least, the racing community, who is supposed to, everybody's kind of supposed to understand when a joke's being told, kind of lit into you a little bit. So do you have any messenger conversations you want to share? And
I have a few. But the thing I want to say first and foremost, the reason why we got into this is because we know that if anything, NASCAR is a loyal fan base. Right. I don't care what driver. There are Ricky Stenhouse fans yesterday that lost their minds. I know all 6 of them, actually. And they had a great time with whatever happened yesterday. As much as we paraded around that, we didn't care for it. If anything, NASCAR fans are loyal. And they're passionate and they're emotional at times. I just thought maybe they could see the difference in what was reality and what was comedy. And that did not happen. So for their unfortunate seriousness, like you said, Joe, I had a hunch that this was going to get taken down, especially when the moderator was letting people know that they can donate to this at their own risk.
Hey, so we got a comment real quick from Find the Dog. From Find the Doggo, I believe is the name. He says he deserves it. Let's be honest. And I'm not sure if you're talking about Daniel Suarez and the criticism we're given, Recky Spenthouse with the win.
I would say it's Mr. Suarez.
Yeah. So I agree with that as well.
Yeah, and Joe, you are main control. You're at headquarters. Right. Whatever questions, please let us know. We will get to them. And if you pee yourself reading these, I'm not responsible for that either. If you donate to my GoFundMe, I'm not responsible. I will give it back to you. I encourage you not to. But if you do, that means that is more on you than it is me. I promise you that. That is more on you. And I get it. $10 million.
It's a little steep. It's a little steep. I still can't figure out how you're gonna have build a race team with the minute amount of $10 million. I just don't see it. Because one, you're gonna have to hire me, and my salary is $4 million. So you pay.
It's not that big now.
Yeah, you pay big for media guys.
Wow. From charity work to $4 million, just like that. Jesus Christ. Okay.
From an unpaid nonprofit position.
Okay. So I know you've been waiting on it. I've teased it long enough, and I hope it meets your expectations from what we've been setting. And again, I want to preface this. I had no intentions to make anybody mad. I wanted to make people laugh. So if you got mad and you see your name on there, I am actually going to share this to this same group to see how the reaction is, to see if the moderator then jokes around. But we shall see. You're going to see my email. I'm not tech savvy. I'm not going to figure out. If you see my email, there's nothing in there. Maybe some ED medicine, but it is what it is. So
I gave you a whole prescription 2 weeks ago. What have you been doing?
Yours was just horny goat weed, to be honest. So that was all gas station stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. So here we are. Let's go ahead, and you can kind of see them all from the beginning. I'm hoping this is the right one first. This is the one that I want. No, let's go ahead and skip that one. I want you guys to see the one I sent Joe first, because that one was my favorite one. And there you go. There's Mr. Suarez. Here we go. So let's go full screen. How are we looking, Joe?
Hey, looking good. I can see it.
Okay. So this is from Trent Lake, and I will read this for you in case you're listening and you can't read. Trent Lake, who has a picture, probably the face he was making when he did this, of Clint Eastwood, which I'm guessing is in Gran Torino. I have seen some pretty stupid shit in this group since Kyle Busch went to RCR. By far, this is the dumbest. Ellipses as of right now.
As of right now.
As of right. It could get worse, folks. Trent Lake. And I promise you guys, when I saw people were serious, I raised my bar of sarcasm. And if you've ever met me, you know that I can raise it pretty damn high. My smartassness is on another level when I want it to be. I said, complain or make a difference. I'm trying to help. And Trent says, yeah, I'm thinking this is a bullshit scam to put money in your go.
You fucking scammer.
God damn you. Carmen Sandiego, you figured me out.
You damn scam artist.
So he thinks that this is a bullshit scam to put money in my account. And I said, wow, okay, I'm simply asking for a small amount of money. $10 million is pocket change with today's inflation.
Yeah.
So that was Mr. Trent Lake. And that's the one that I sent you. And I said, Joe, I got content for tonight's show. We're going to make an impromptu show because this, as you can tell, is only the beginning.
Right.
So let's look over to, this gentleman. He told me to grow up. Now, Rowdy Nation, I'm sure you've seen this before. RIP to, let's take a moment of silence for Chicagoland Speedway. But anyway, this is one of the greatest finishes of all time. Kyle Busch, Kyle Larson, one hits the other, one hits the other, one hits the other. Kyle Busch ends up winning the race. He gets booed and says, if you don't like that type of race, he gets out of the car and does the crybaby face and rips his earplugs out and says, if you don't like that kind of racing, you don't like NASCAR. That is my favorite thing to troll people with on social media is the crybaby Kyle Busch face. Because this gentleman, Brady Coleman Larimore, said that I need to grow up. And to be honest with you, Brady, I am very short. So growing is not in my strong suit.
Right.
So I put the Kyle Busch face. He said, you're right. That's you. Shit happens in races. Quit acting like a Chase Elliott fan and move on.
Oh,
So he told me to grow up and then threw another group of NASCAR fans under the bus while using the morality police to tell me to grow up, Joe.
man.
So
you know what? I agree with him.
Oh, well, that kind of hurts. So I respond back. I'm trying to help. The only one getting emotional is you. If you can't handle reading a post, then keep scrolling. It does wonders. Also, feel free to donate before you leave. You can't forget to donate.
Was there any reply to that?
No, he quit replying after that. And that's unfortunate. You know, maybe Brady, he quit scrolling and maybe he did move on, Joe. But as you could tell, he did not donate. So let's go over. Let's go over to this one. This is the admin letting everybody know, as he is the Canadian Punisher. For the record, this is no way of filling. If anyone donates, that's all. Somebody loved it, and it wasn't me. Bradley is smart. That's not going to happen. Terrence says, I've been reading the stupid shit in this group, including the person posting it. I would not be surprised. So thank you, Terrence, for realizing some people aren't very smart in this. Here's another. Mr. Greg Bennett. Greg, you have a wonderful child in there. I'm a Kyle Busch fan, but I will not be a part of someone trying to get someone banned from NASCAR because I, the host of Stuck in the Catch Fence, have so much power by creating a free GoFundMe page that I can do that. Suarez admitted that he was heavy-handed while pushing Kyle. And he hasn't been the first, nor will he be the last to do so. And I thought I saw the back right tire shredded on the 99. You saw the car spinning. I don't know what you saw of the tire. Some of you guys are starting to sound just like the people that were Kyle haters. I'm not signing up for that.
He won't stand for it.
He is not signing anything. No,
Greg Bennett will not stand for it. He will not stand for you trying to raise $10 million to get Daniel Suarez out of NASCAR.
And you know what? We need men of principle. This is an interesting spot to announce that you're standing for something.
You're right.
And I said, Greg Bennett, sir, you don't have to sign a thing, a one-time donation, and probably a completion of a 1099 form, and you should be good to go. And then Jackie with the 50 names has something to say on top of it. So,
man,
we're not done.
Oh, but wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more. Mark Quayle, screw this group. All I see is a bunch of crybabies. Shit happens in racing. This isn't an airport, Mark. You don't have to announce your departure. Either help me or move on, please. So here's Bradley. Okay, Bradley. Remember, Bradley and Terrence had something going on earlier. You know, Detective Terrence was letting people know, or Admin Terrence was letting people know. Canadian good folk A Terrence was letting people know. Don't donate to this guy. He might be a con.
Yeah.
Bradley says this has to be the dumbest yet funniest thing I've seen in a while. And Terrence says that's why it's still up, which it's not now. I'm not sure if he's serious or just fucking with us. So it's taken an admin 2 hours to figure this out yet. Still, he still has no idea that I'm not serious. Moving on. Okay.
I love this shit.
This might be the best one for you. Luis Sanchez might be a mugshot. Don't know. Negative. He is driving for American owner, American car. If you hate him, support him. Sounds like politics. This is America, not a communist country.
What?
I don't know. It was very broken. And I said, in all due respect, Luis, what the fuck are you talking about?
Just out of left field. just out of left field, brings communism and racism straight into a joke that had nothing to do with either one. This is America, damn it. By God, you're saying some funny shit. It's got to be racist. It's got to be racist because it's too funny not to be.
It has to be. It definitely is just the most random person that I picked out that only screwed Kyle the entire week is because it was Daniel Suarez. You know, his former teammate, a nice guy from what we understand. It has nothing to do with the fact that he single-handedly wrecked Kyle Busch and then single-handedly caused him to have a caution when he was in the lead. So when you start putting the isms out there, Joe, that's when it's better to just go, oh boy, because this guy, he got a laughing emoji. So congratulations to the one person that also thought that was hilarious that he decided to reach down.
Let me read this one.
Oh God. I'm just going to ask you to slow down. Just slow down while you're reading it. Caution. No passing.
Mexico has NASCAR also. If what Suarez out means racism. It doesn't mean that you're a Kyle Busch fan and you were pissed off that a driver caused a caution, making your driver not win the race. It doesn't mean that. It means you're a racist, Ryan.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know
either.
And Joe, there was more. Those are the ones I got screenshots of before I took them off. So, and that's why we had to do this, you know, yeah. and again, I'll quit screenshotting here just for a second so that I'll pull up my picture here to just give people an idea who they're messing with when it comes to me as Ryan Peters. So I hope that was enjoyable for you, Joe, as it was me.
It's great. I'm glad I got to see those in their entirety because you explaining them to me over the phone just didn't give it justice.
and to be fair, I did not show you any of those before we went on air.
Right. No,
that's the type of person that I am, is that whenever we do this, I want everybody to enjoy it in its raw glory the way that I do. Okay. And the way that it should be. Let me see. Okay. So I got my Facebook profile. Okay.
Find the doggo just said between Fox and screenshot, Joe's gonna pop a blood vessel. That's true. That's true. I have been taking my blood pressure medication though, so I'm good.
Those are different type of blood vessels though that Joe's working with on those. So again, to kind of let you guys know who I am, this is my picture. This is a random person that I found. And this isn't the first time I've seen this. I've seen this at Atlanta. I've seen this at Indianapolis Road Course where I got this. I said, hey man, I like your shirt. And the guy went, fucking weirdo. And just walked away. Just walked away. Okay. He clearly does not like Kyle Busch, nor anybody who affiliates with him. I have a billboard on my head of the 1-8 and this guy down low. And we're about 15 rows away. Okay. Caddy corner. And I look and I say, hey, it's an Xfinity race, by the way. Hey, I like your shirt. Gives me double thumbs up. So then he's talking to his buddies and I'm still looking down. And I was with a couple of friends of mine. I said, I got to go get a picture with this guy. This guy's shirt's pretty cool. If I was a Chase Elliott fan, I can guarantee you I would have that shirt. If I was a Chase Elliott fan to switch roles. That's why I love it. So I went and got a picture with this guy and he said, that's awesome. I can't believe you want a picture. And the reason why, Joe, I look taller than him is because I am a bleacher higher than him. There is no way I was ever going to be taller than this guy. So we're talking about this much of a difference. So I kind of look taller. We gave cheers, hit beers together, and we went on our merry way watching. And guess who ended up winning the damn race? Of course, Chase Elliott. So those are the type of things in life that NASCAR you can have fun with. with other fans, especially passionate. It's either like, it's like you bring a guy's name up, especially being a Kyle Busch fan, and it's like, oh, I hate that son of a bitch. I can't stand him. I can't stand him. I'm going to spits out his dick. I'm going to tell you why I don't like him. Joe, it gets serious, man, when they talk about why they don't like somebody. I mean,
yeah, you got to, yeah. If you're gonna have a serious conversation and you chew tobacco, that shit's got to come out of your mouth before you start spewing anything.
Yeah. I mean, you don't even have to have fighting words. You get hit in the head with a big old thing of dip right in your forehead, you're out. So,
right.
It was a great time, but I will say this, Joe. Trolling is not my thing. I don't fish for trolls. I fish for comedy. I like to have a good time. I watch this even though it hurts my feelings because it's supposed to be a good time. Unfortunately, some other people happen to be at the expense of what we were doing. And now I might just start randomly getting into groups to just see what chaos I can cause.
Well, you might as well. And you see my social media. I do that all the time too. I get on there and intentionally say things. A lot of times on the football pages, intentionally say things just to rile people up. And I'll go back and forth with somebody.
Let me stop you real quick, Joe. There is not one single coach employed today that Joe hasn't put #fire. Insert head coach. So that's what we're talking about. If we're going to use that phrase.
Right.
Sorry to interrupt, but
that's okay. I mean, even coaches I give them the shirt off my back. Let them live in my house if they need to. They'll make the hashtag fire whoever. But the amount of time, for one, Facebook is not the place to go to start arguments and try to find a hill to die on. I think that's absolutely ridiculous. And if you can't figure out after a certain amount of conversation that the other person is just fucking with you, you need to find something else to do. Because all the comments on the Super Bowl after the Super Bowl, you get on all the NFL pages and it's just like, if somebody replies to you the same 3 words 15 times in a row after everything you say, they're fucking with you.
Yeah.
Stop replying back and stop getting heated with it. And I'll tell people, look, man, this has gone on long enough. I really feel bad that you're this passionate about an argument on Facebook, but I'm fucking with you. Well, and then it'll start back up. And I just don't get it.
I literally think of like the Principal Skinner meme, if you've ever seen it. And it's like, am I the one out of touch reality? No, it's the other people that I keep commenting on nonstop are the ones that are out of touch. And it's
right.
Like, this is a social media page. If anything, a group of people with like-minded similarities should bring you happiness.
Right.
We can suffer together. We can celebrate together. We can enjoy what is Kyle Busch together. And if that type of thing literally ruins your day, I don't know what to tell you. And also, if you have to warn people not to help this gentleman reach his $10 million goal, you might be stupid.
Yeah.
You just might be. And we'll find out, Joe. We might have to do an update video whenever I post this.
Well, yeah, we're definitely. How long? That was going to be my question. How long do you plan on having up this GoFundMe page?
I'll probably take it down. Okay. Do you want to know what the last GoFundMe page I created was?
Yeah, kind of.
I created, it's actually pretty good. Whenever 2 summers ago, we literally in spring could not have baseball because it rained so much. So I started a GoFundMe to help put a dome around Switzerland County.
Yeah.
And it was a picture of a man driving a lawnmower through about 6 feet of water. So as you can tell, my GoFundMe's really serve a purpose. And I'll be damned if I haven't had one person donate to either one. And so
I know it. I did one too. You may remember this. I did one as a joke, but I tried to start a GoFundMe page for my employer to help out with health insurance.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
didn't
pissed
see
somebody off.
I didn't see that, but I did hear about that, as you can only imagine. So yeah. Yours is a little more serious than mine had been.
I got a good laugh out of it.
My intentions were not to piss anybody off. I think maybe yours was, if it wasn't to piss anybody off, it was at least an elbow in the ribs.
It was directly to piss people off.
So, well, Joe, I hope you've had a good time with this. Do we have any more comments or anything of that nature?
No, not right now. But yeah, I've had a great laugh tonight. I thank you, Ryan Peters, for providing my comedic relief tonight. I appreciate that.
No problem. It was completely unintentional. Like I said, I do not go into life trying to make people upset. I actually try to do quite the opposite. I am I help people from a therapeutic standpoint for my occupation, and I like to see people laugh. Unfortunately, my laughter turned into a very, very upsetting dark hole that is social media. But before we head off, I want to thank everybody who tuned in last night for something that, you know, we enjoy doing. We're going to do every episode or every race, post race, we're going to have a live stream. And we had a lot of, I think 10 comments last night. Yeah. And it was our first one. You can go back and watch it if you want. You can see that we have no idea what we were doing whenever we go to start.
We figured it out today.
Yeah. So we're getting better. It was one day. We're getting better. But you can go back and see that we had over 150 people, I think, were tuned in, 10, a few comments. And again, if you're just now checking us out, you know, like, subscribe, we're always there. If you actually want to donate for a realistic cause, you can, to help support us on the Patreon. Again, that will actually go to things that will help the show, not me and my personal NASCAR dreams. But again, there's never any pressure for any of that. We just love doing this and providing it to you guys. We got a good week coming up. You know, we're going to have a weekly show on Wednesday. We'll record it, possibly get it out Wednesday night. We're deciding if we want to do that live or to do it, you know, as a video. We'll see. Joe and I, you are used to doing things live. I'm kind of used to doing things live. If people like to have live content, we'll provide live content.
Yeah, we feel a little bit more comfortable doing things live. You get us a little bit more off the cuff. We do radio together. We've done previous live shows together. They get kind of fun at times. So, you know, we enjoy doing this, and hopefully we can bring you laughs and some, you know, entertainment and some news, and keep you up to date with everything.
Right. And then we're going to have some betting picks for you. We made some money on the FanDuel lineup. Would have made a lot more money if we didn't have said caution due to Daniel Suarez. So another reason to get him out of NASCAR. We won't talk about that with Joe. Gets very upset. You know, pray for his cat. That's all I'm going to say. Just pray for his cat. It was just the cat walked at a time he shouldn't have been walking, and he was struck. And that's all we're going to say. PETA could be listening. So.
Yeah. The cat's going to make it. It's going to pull through, you know. Yeah, I didn't even see her there, and I definitely didn't see the kittens she just had either. So I don't even have a cat.
That's tough. A lot of people just tuned off. That's okay. We don't condone animal violence. We also don't condone
no, we do not.
Daniel Suarez wrecking our drivers. But two shout outs I want to give to people that have been listening. I know listened to every single episode so far, or at least most of them. Zach Shear is a guy that's been tuning in. I appreciate you and your support, Zach. And also Cody Turner's been, you know, tuning in whenever he's getting an opportunity to. You know, they give me great feedback, what they like to see with the channel. You know, we accept all that, any type of criticism, positive, negative, constructive, whatever you have, we're listening to it, because we want this to be the best channel and your number one source for NASCAR information, and hopefully some comic relief at times is too.
Yeah, you can't hurt our feelings either. So
you cannot.
bring it if you want.
We're married. You cannot hurt our feelings.
Right.
I'm just kidding. Okay. Well, I'm going to be sleeping on the couch. So again, thanks for tuning in. I hope you had a good laugh. All good things must come to an end, just like Kentucky Speedway.